Hi, I'm Jim Bennett, and thank you for taking some time out to watch this video. I wanted to tell you about my fundraising campaign and what it means to me, actually, to be able to give back to KCSM as a radio station. It means a lot to me. It's a privilege to be able to do this live performance series known as In the Moment, week after week, which I've been doing since 2006. I can tell you that I've been a recording engineer for a long time, mostly with radio stations, having worked at KPFA for close to 30 years and doing lots of live broadcasts. And to me, there's nothing more exciting, actually, than to participate in a live performance, regardless of the kind of music, than to be a recording engineer for that performance and to be able to present it on the radio. And to me, it really is about bringing the music community closer together and being, if you will, at ground zero, where the music of jazz happens before live audiences, as I say on the show In the Moment, capturing lightning in a bottle sometimes. And I just really feel that it's important to be able to, for me personally, to be able to continue to do this show on KCSM, which I do largely out of the love of the music.
I'm Myra Melford. I'm a pianist and composer, and I'm looking forward to getting to perform the music from my new solo recording, which is called Life Carries Me This Way, at Piedmont Pianos on Friday, December 13th. It's a chance for me to celebrate the release of this new CD, and it's wonderful to get to play it in California because the artist whose work that I used as inspiration for the pieces on this record is originally from Martinez and Sacramento, and although he's no longer alive, it feels great to play it in his home territory. And I'm also looking forward to getting to promote the work that Jim Bennett is doing as a teacher and mentor for young musicians and recording artists in the Bay Area. So it's really a great celebration and a way to also promote this great music community that we have here in the Bay Area.
It's intriguing to hear that there's a educational component of this project. Jim Bennett, of course, is known so well throughout the Bay Area as an expert sound technician and recording technician. And the idea that through this project he's going to be able to share this this knowledge with mentoring for people, particularly people here in Oakland and around the Bay Area. It's going to be a real opportunity for people to learn from one of the real masters of recording and sound. And so we're very happy to hear that this is part of this project.
As a former trainer for the KPFA apprenticeship program, Jim has extensive experience bringing in people of all ages, virtually with very little skill, to become trained music and radio engineers.
My name is Susan Muscarella, and I'm the Executive Director of the Jazz School here in Berkeley, California. And I would just like to express my appreciation and gratitude to you, Jim Bennett, for all you've done for the Jazz School in terms of sound. We've been really, really fortunate to have you here. And what I appreciate so much is that you have an appreciation for the students themselves and the learning process, and being so willing to include them in all of the work that you do here. You have a lot of patience with them, which we definitely need from time to time.
To learn how to do the technical aspects of recording is something that's going to be very valuable to many students, because when you get involved in music, it really opens the world up to you in many ways. And it's not for everybody that they end up touring the world, but it might be that they go into sound production, it might be that they go into another aspect of music, possibly arranging or composing. So, as we know, when you're young, you can take things in many different directions, and so to expose a young musician to the different aspects of music making that there are is a really valuable experience for them to have at that age, and I think that it's going to be a great opportunity for them.
I know Jim because he has recorded a couple of my live performances here at the Jazz School and also recently over at Piedmont Piano Company. And he records these shows in order to broadcast them on KCSM as part of his show In the Moment, which is a great contribution really to the jazz scene here in the San Francisco Bay Area, because it costs a lot of money to record, and most of us really can't afford to do that all the time. And so Jim comes and he sets up and he makes a beautiful recording of a live performance and then broadcasts it on the radio, and so people can hear it and you feel good because everybody hears you play. So I think that's just a wonderful contribution that Jim's been making for many, many years now to the San Francisco jazz scene.
A show like Jim Bennett's In the Moment is really vital, especially since it's not supported by NPR or any of the other foundations or entities, because it gets real music out to real people, not just here in the Bay Area, but all around the world, because we're on the internet, and all kinds of new people go, hey, wow, that's really great stuff they're doing there in the Bay Area. And Jim kind of, he busts his butt to get his equipment out there, he gets the release form signed, he records the music, it's impeccably done, and it's really an important show, especially for the next generation of players and people who come along and say, gee, I don't know what the real deal is. What's the truth? Well, it's the truth. If you go out on the internet and you're looking around for music, live music, you don't know what you're hearing. Is this something that's canned? Is it Sirius Satellite? Is it the All Bing Crosby channel? Whatever. Something that In the Moment is doing is bringing it to you right now, hot, live, and passing on that legacy of great jazz to new players and new listeners.
And then when I was approached the first time to actually be a part of recording for the In the Moment show, I was honored on several levels. It's a showcase program, and it's widely known within musicians how supportive Jim has been over the years, and not just in having this vehicle of the Sunday night show In the Moment, but also in working with musicians and the kind of guy who comes to the show to record and is a friendly face and someone who knows the music and someone who wants to work with musicians and get their best art across, which for musicians is a very important thing. It's not just about someone showcasing your music or giving you that opportunity. It's also about the working relationship you can have with that person and the way that person generally interacts with you as a musician and as a human being. And I think that's one of the things that Jim really brings to the art, not just access.
I think Jim would be, and he is a great teacher, and I think up-and-coming sound aspirants would have a great benefit from his knowledge and experience. He takes really great care to make sure that he's not stepping on any musician's toes or getting in their way during the performance. And he really cares about how the performance is going to be presented. There's nothing to fix because he's already got the sound dialed up so well, and he takes great care with the filming even of the performance. So it's this meticulousness and this care and respect that he has for the musicians that really comes through, and I know that he would be a great teacher for anyone wanting to follow in these footsteps.
Well, I've been listening to Jim Bennett on the radio for decades, and I met him when I started working with KPFA. Jim has been one of my heroes in terms of music programming because I've relied on his jazz programming as part of my jazz education for many, many years. I've also had the opportunity to occasionally work with Jim on live broadcasts of jazz concerts and have listened to his broadcasts of live music for many years. And they're some of the best produced live shows that you can hear on the radio. He brings a great sensitivity to the music and the technical skills in terms of its reproduction over the air are peerless.
The idea is to not only celebrate KCSM, but all these organizations that are dedicated to music, and to give back to the music community in the ways that I can. So really, I wanted to do something more meaningful than just a specific project. The specific project is to put together a CD for KCSM of live performances that I've recorded on In the Moments. But I also want to be able to continue the efforts to really have ties, strong ties to the music community and the schools in the area that present music, specifically jazz.